Hello boys and girls, my name is Yoshi. You're gonna be watching the first two bonus videos for my Mario Kart World true 100% playthrough, sort of. We're already done with that. In the last video we finished off getting last collectibles, and more importantly, I'll just show you, we were able to finish Grand Prix on Mirror Mode with 3 stars on everything. Yeah, that's right, we got absolutely everything down now. Everything on every single difficulty has been 3-starred, and as you saw from before, we finished that in the previous episode, but now there's still one mode that I haven't done yet, and that's online play. Hang on, man, I have to do something. My apologies, I had to go to the bathroom just now, but anyways, as I was saying, we are going to be doing online this time, and we're going to be showing off all 3 of these modes. We're going to continue to use the same combo, Baby for Yoshi, and we're just going to set our hands. So yeah, this is the online mode of the game. You can talk with everyone and do some other shenanigans, but yeah. In the previous episode, I'll just briefly explain, we finished all the Grand Prixes like I mentioned, and now that we are completely done with all of the stuff, mainly we're done with my main 100%, I decided I would show off the online mode because if anybody has watched videos of this game, then you'll probably know the online is kind of in a weird state right now. I wouldn't say it's exactly boring, but it does feel like you play a lot too many intermissions this game, and that does get a little bit tricky, honestly. And for this reason, I thought I would show it off. And to make it more interesting, the first part of this video will be me showing the full waiting time, just so you can see how long it actually takes to get into a match, when it really should be something else. And then, yeah, we're just gonna be playing online and try to get as high of a rating as we possibly can. I'm gonna also mention that, yes, we will be focusing initially on just the normal races first. Basically just the normal races will be played at first. But anyways, here's the problem. See all these tracks? They're all, yeah, they're all intermissions. I don't like them. I'm gonna pick random. Yes, in case you haven't noticed, I'm gonna be actually the sensible player here. If there are no tracks, I'm gonna pick random because more often than not, a lot of good people typically just pick regular tracks. Random, instead of the intermission tracks. But as you can see, there's also not really a full room. In fact, yeah, we only have like 9 people right now. Honestly, online is kind of in a weird limbo state. It's not really that good. You even have a CPU to fill out the muster, which is about when it is. Anyways, I'm gonna do... Now that we're online, we're gonna do things a bit differently here. We're gonna actually get... we're gonna do the usual bagging strategy. This is the most popular strategy you will see online, more than any other strategy, because in the back you get more powerful items, and then you can use them to make a comeback where it matters. But yeah, other than that, this is the online mode. As you might have noticed, this mode has one significant problem, and it's that more often than not, you play too many intermissions half of the time. And this makes the mode overall quite boring, and it kind of gets very obnoxious as a result of it. And yeah, a lot of players don't like it. Before the patch 1.12 though, people used to play a lot better, and also on top of that, there was more players overall, and people liked it because there was a trick where if you just picked random, you could just play the you could just skip the intermissions and just play the regular tracks over and over again instead. And it's crazy. Also, this is not a very high room. I have no idea if the shock's going to be random or not. I know with online that shock tends to be segmented, but since we're such a low power level, we also have other low power level people as well. Sometimes, or rating people rather. So who knows? The shock could literally come at any time. We wouldn't know about it. I'm not really a professional when it comes to predicting shock, so I'm probably just gonna use my items towards the end. Either play for no shock or just use it at a reasonable time and just hope that I get lucky. Other than that, I'll probably just do what I normally do in the race, which is to just use my mushroom boosters towards the end, try to make a comeback, maybe get some good stuff. What you just saw them do there, that's one of the skips that you could do. Okay, I missed that, so we're just gonna go around. We're gonna try to practice the skips as we go, but some of them are really tricky to do. So I honestly don't blame myself for going around right away. I will say though, out of all the other online systems I've seen, this game is the most brutal that I've seen in a while. Okay. There's not been a trend yet, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mushroom and instantly bullet. See if we can dodge the shock. Okay, cool. We started off with a second. You know what was really funny about that? We started that whole race in 9th and 8th, and then you just use your powerful items, and all of a sudden you just shoot up to second out of nowhere. It's so broken. It's actually hilarious. Also, we got a lot of points since we beat quite a few people there. The system is different depending on how many strong players you have. So if you have strong people in the room and you get a high spot, you get even more points than you would in the normal run. I believe Mario Kart 8 has a bit more of a balanced version, but yeah, just like that, we're already at like 3100. We just started this too, and yeah, it gets crazy, but yeah, the intermissions you see here, these are the big problems with them, because with how boring the intermissions are, it's not interesting to front run them because you just put yourself at a bigger risk. And even when you do well, it's like half of the time you're just gonna stay not in first. And look at this, once again, there's no regular tracks. At most, there'll be one regular track on the selection, but not here. More often than not, there are just free intermissions, and most of the people that are in this room either don't mind playing them or just prefer to pick whichever one they think is they can deal with a little bit more, and that's a big problem. Alright, well, we're going to Toad's Factory next. I know this tends to be a little bit more of a riskier course to do a bay, but I think if we maybe get into the lead a bit more early, it could work. I could try front my... I don't want to make this video too boring, I think. I say... I don't want this video to be boring, because otherwise we'll be here for forever. So I decided I'm going to front run this track. Because you can still try and be in first. You can do this just like you would in a normal race, but since you don't have a lot of items, there is a chance that people will just catch you. Of course, being front runner doesn't necessarily mean you don't get any items and don't stay in first for forever. Basically, you just don't slow down to get items. That's as simple as that. I honestly don't know which route is faster, but I know with the trick boost, you definitely want to go left. You get a massive advantage over everyone else if you go that way. Okay, I have some really good protection. We better keep this for now. Okay, I do not want to take that long path. Those definitely look tempting, but I don't think it's worth it. And see, this is part of the problem with most of the intermissions. Half of the time, they're just straight lines. There's literally nothing you can do to speed them up. Except for the random shortcuts. There's not a lot you can do. And even when you do get through all of them, it's like... on the ones that do have shortcuts, they're so big, they feel super overpowered, and it's kind of annoying. Oh, look at this. Oh, he didn't even bother, so... Oh, yeah, that's right. He had a beeper. I figured he would. Almost everyone tries to keep the horn for the blue shell purposes. Okay, let's try this. Okay, we both got shots off. This is a really hard track if you're not in the front, because everybody likes to get power stuff. Okay, we both nailed that skip. Okay, we need to go for items, ideally. Oh, he got green. Okay, we're backing off. Let's not deal with that. That feels a little bit too dangerous to deal with right now. And see, look, you see, now everyone's using their powerful items, and now all of a sudden they're catching up. This is the one problem. Because if you're in a spot where you don't have these set up, you just won't get as many items. Oh, goodness. Did he just crash on the side of the wall? Are you kidding me? We got second again. Somehow we got the same spot we did last time. And what did we do different? All we did was drive forward. Anyways, I figured I would drive forward on this track because it's usually a lot harder to do stuff. I think I deserve to be at a higher rank. Holy man. To be fair, I've played Mario Kart since, like... I did play quite a bit of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so I'm definitely not that bad. All things considered. Okay, now we're getting a lot more people. Oh, this might get interesting. All of a sudden. So far, we haven't gotten any crashes. Surprisingly, this game has a much better online setup, at least for that, as far as that goes. But keep in mind, not everybody has good internet. Sometimes they'll just crash randomly, and even the best players, they might sometimes... Yeah. But anyway, so far we've gone in second twice, and we've got... Okay, here we go. Finally a regular track. It's Dino Jungle, one of the more interesting tracks in the game. We're 100% going for that. Of course, because we have a lot of other players, it's not guaranteed that we got it, but there we go, we got it. See, now we're finally doing a regular track. That's actually the main problem with this online, by the way. You just don't get the online tracks very often. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I do not want to be a silly puss. And what I mean by that is, I've been watching this one YouTuber recently, and I really want to make him proud. So, in his honor, yeah, we're gonna miss the start boost again, and we're gonna actually enable on purpose. And you want to know why? This one track is one of the most broken shortcuts in the entire game. It's so broken that you can win this track by just taking it on every lap. And yeah, you can easily win doing that. So, for all the other tracks, this is definitely one of the biggest begging tracks in the entire game. Like, the shortcut is so broken, you just save so much time by taking it on all 3 laps. Like, it's basically to the point where if you want to get a good lead, you need to use this on all 3 laps. I do not like my items, actually. I do not like that I do not have protection against the green. Hang on a minute. We're gonna use this, try to get maybe a power item, though we're pretty high up, so okay, well, I guess that works. Kind of running this a little bit risky. You might also notice I'm going for the dino. That's not just a weird setup. If you drop off at the right times, you can actually get a really good speed boost with that and save a lot of time, so I'm trying to practice it. Okay, well, we still have a lap. Okay, perfect. I was about to get lighting anyway. Alright, well, we'll grab a box here and just see what we get. As long as we can take the shortcut at the end, we'll probably make up all the time we lost here. So I'm gonna do now pretty much what I would probably usually do in a beta run. So now we're gonna just take all the shortcuts, and hopefully we should just get a massive lead because of that. Alright, so we're gonna... not like what we did the last time, so we're just gonna take this, and we're gonna pull my friend and just use this mega slightly early, just so we can take the shortcut. There we go, now we're back in it. It's crazy. We spent most of that race in a low place, Only now we're suddenly catching up out of nowhere, and, like, that's just crazy. The fact that you can just start at a low pace for so long, and then, just thanks to using items at the right time, we instantly pull back into third. That Steamy pulled away massively. He must have gotten a really lucky item pull, because he pulled away massively. Depending on what happens, I might try and front run the next track to see if I can beat him, just for fun. Alright, okay, I am going to say one thing now. The race timing can sometimes take a little while to set up, so to make things a bit more interesting, when the race is about to start, basically, like, once the time setup starts for the race, because it takes so long to get in, I've decided I'm gonna pause the video whenever we do go into the next, track, or race, or whatever. Because I'd rather wait for this to come in before I do anything else. Oh my goodness, I can't even pit random. For some reason, the game just doesn't want me to pit random. Okay, good. These guys are smart. None of them, pretty much none of them pick Chupa Chupa Beach. That is not a track you want to do in an intermission, because normally you get 5 laps of that track, but for some reason here you only get 1 lap of the track. Anyways, can you guys already see the problem with this online? Had we played a lot earlier, we would have had a mix of, well, intermissions, which would have been nice, but still, it feels like they're too boring half of the time. Yet, if we did the right setup, we could get... Oh, wait. This isn't an intermission. Oh, frit, we got a normal track. Nice. Okay, I should save my thought and maybe try and do this race. I'm gonna do what Steambeat did. I'm gonna try and front run. I'm on third, which is gonna be a little weird, but let's see how we can do front running this track. I don't think there's really that many good skips in the stadium, so I don't think anybody's gonna really get anything done. Okay. At the very least, we're getting up our coins. Coins are very important, especially early on with this combo. Gonna go here for some more. Then we're gonna do some more sips, because why not? I'm gonna keep these items, but right now I just kind of want to focus on going as fast as I can. Alright. Oh, perfect. We actually got the skip finally. So that is a crazy skip you can do. You can basically save a bit of time. Okay, he lagged. You might have noticed, because people lag in this game, sometimes it'll appear that you hit them, when in reality you haven't. Sucks, but what can you do? Okay. Probably shouldn't have drifted that, but whatever. I'm just front running this, hoping for the best. Thought I was gonna get hit there, but we got lucky and they stayed alive. I will say one of the advantages of having a lightweight character is, at the very least, you can make a nice comeback if for some reason you get hit too hard. So yeah, we're gonna try and do this the best we can. Oh, okay, well that works. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, he has greens. You tried. Even if so, I still have my protection from earlier. Okay, I need to pay attention. He's right next to me. If a blue shell comes, I'm slowing down. Haven't seen what it is. Okay, he has mushroom, so he took the shortcut. Okay, he got slowed down by 7. Maybe he got redded. I did not see any reds come. Oh my goodness. We keep seeing this circle spin, which is probably a good thing. Okay, well, it looks like now he's taking a shortcut. Okay, well, so far the blue hasn't come yet. Still have a bit, but getting close to the end here. Okay, that time we completely dropped off the side. Oh, wow, that took his mushroom. Oh, that was close. Oh, we beat him, just barely. That was a close race at the end, but we actually managed to beat him. So, yeah, there we go. We got first, finally. Front running was the strategy there. See, I was right. Nobody could keep up with us. We just destroyed everyone, and we got a bunch of rating from that. We're almost at 4K already, but then again, we're only getting so much rating because we keep having these higher level players join our rooms. So yeah, we're starting to really climb up already, and we've only just begun. So I guess the one advantage with Nintendo's new VR system is they made it so that weaker players can get rating pretty easily. However, if you're an 8,000 player, not only will you sometimes be matched with weaker players that you don't remember seeing, or rather, you'll get matched with people that you probably shouldn't get matched with, because normally in other games you would probably want to end up playing with someone who's around their skill level. Also, I promise this is the last time I'm gonna show this anyway. Basically, normally you'd probably get matched with people at your skill level, but not in this game. Apparently the raid system's kind of busted, and as you can see, we're getting quite a few people that have 6,000, 7,000. I think I saw an 8,000 person here once. So yeah, and the rooms aren't even filling up, so if anything, their matchmaking system needs to be fixed more than anything. Alright, our intermission. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, this is an intermission. Oh, it looks like a long one. Alright, well, time to do what we do best. And, beg and hope for good items, because this is clearly what we're gonna do. We'll still get the start boost, however, I will go wide on purpose. So we can, do this. Go! Hopefully that didn't take too long to get. Should probably get rid of this mushroom set, actually. Alright, on the next item set, we'll get rid of this to try and get a better item, hopefully. Let's try and go for some coins as well. Okay, I didn't actually want to get a draft. Yeah, let's slow down a bit more. Then, so we can hopefully get a power item. Nice, okay. Well, we didn't get a dodge item, unfortunately, so we can't dodge the lightning, but we did get something equally as valuable. I'm not sure if I should use these or not. To be fair, this intermission's very long. It's gonna take a long time to get to the set. I think I just drive from here and see what happens. We'll just try to get to 20 points so we can, you know, have a big lead and whatnot. Of course, we could get shocked and lose these items at the last minute. If we don't use them right, yeah, we'll just get completely destroyed. Still a long ways to go. I'm just gonna keep climbing and hope for the best. Why do you have a red and 12? He must have did his item set up too early. Wow. So he went bad. That low position when it's not gonna even do anything. Alright, for this, I'm gonna chain this into something better. I think we're starting to fall a bit behind. I'm gonna trade these items away. See if we can't get something better maybe. We still have quite a long ways to go, though. Okay, we did all that just to get a gold. Again. Alright, looks like the game doesn't want to have a dodge item, so we'll just pray for no shock, I guess. What else can I help? Okay. Ooh. Okay, well, I definitely want to stay in the lane. I can't fall that far behind here. See, look at them getting all the bullets. And I haven't gotten one thing. Well, the room's definitely gotten a lot more intense. I think people are starting to play better overall now. There's a lot more high-level players in, too, so this is going to get a lot tougher. I lucked out that I was able to get first. I simply just do what I normally do in other races. Just drive forward and hope for the best. Okay, that's not bad. I guess we can have protection when we get to first. So I'll just do what I normally do. We'll try to take the shortcut and hope we can save this. I don't know when else the shock might come. Oh, or we could just fall off. I swear, I do that more often than not. I did that in the Grand Prix too, and now I fell off here again. Okay, well this is really bad now. We don't even have an item. Whatever it is, we're gonna have to use it right away. Maybe we'll luck out and pull the shock. Okay, we barely got an item there. Okay, well, at least I got an item to take a shortcut, but it wasn't the best one. We'll just use this now, take the shortcut, and then hope for the best. Okay, well, okay, cool. We got a gold. Alright, well, we're spamming this now. For sure. On. Oh, boy. Ooh, okay, we barely avoided that ram. See, look. Just by waiting for the right time, we got third after all that. That is why baiting is so busted. And early on with how little VR you have, like, if you can do that consistently, you'll jump up in points really consistently. Whereas the others, they probably didn't strategize well enough, so they ended up getting in a lower spot. Alright. I promised that I wouldn't show this effect anymore, so I'll be right back when the track has actually been selected. Guess what, folks? We have another normal track. Let's select it and see what happens. Surprising amount of people are still picking the intermissions. And then again, the way the stuff has changed now, there's quite a few people that still like intermissions. Particularly at certain points, you'll often find Japanese people in these kinds of lobbies, and more often than not, they like picking the intermissions more because they simply don't mind it. But, of course, we saw a regular track, we're gonna try and pick it, and we got it. Oh my goodness, wow. Another regular track. I have no clue whether or not to beg this or do something else. I'm gonna keep alternating. I don't remember if this is a good begging track. I'm just gonna go forward and pray for no shock, and we're gonna skip this cut at the start, because I know it could be a little tricky. Or actually, on hindsight, since we just failed, we better beg now. Okay, here we go. We got our items. So now we just have to wait for the next item set. Okay, come on, give me a power item. I think we're at a good spot for this. Alright, good. That's about what I want. Now we can start taking the shortcuts. I really did want to front run this, but I ended up missing the start this. Okay, let's go for this rail. Okay, we barely stayed on. That looked really sick. Perfect. That looked really cool. Let's see if we can nail. Okay, well, looks like we're not going to be able to do that trick if we get hit right then. Alright, we still have an item. I'm going to save this for the shortcut. Keep in mind, this is not technically a fully room with high VR players, so it's possible the shock could come at any time. I guess I should mention, yeah, the shock can still come very early or random. However, in these multiplayer rooms more often than not, it seems like people prefer doing it more normal. Okay, it was not the best cut. Okay, well, we have to use this now. How hard it is to catch up when you get hit, it's probably preferred we just use this now. Although we could have probably saved it for the shortcut. What could you have done? You know, those two people on the right, that Mario and that plant, have a really massive breakaway. Oh, well, we got a mushroom though. We might be able to catch them by taking the shortcut. That was actually a really lucky pull. Let's hope for no shock here. Really, we just keep this to the shot. But if somebody knows what they're doing, they're probably gonna shot once we get to a spot. I'm not just saying that to be weird. Oh, No shock! Oh wow, okay, we actually made it. Let's throw this back, see if I get anyone. Okay, I think I got the turret there. Look at that, we got second. Again, we're actually doing pretty well. If we start getting more powerful, I bet you this is probably gonna get more tougher. This I will say with this VR system, it gets very brutal the later on you go, but early on you get a lot of points and can very quickly climb VR, but then so you're stuck at like 7k or something, you'll get stuck there for quite a while. So although it may seem easy at first, it's actually not. Alright, time to pause the video for a minute. Okay, I think I unpaused at a good time. The track selection, once again, was mostly intermissions. I didn't see if that was random selected, but either way, I think it picked a track that was already on here, unfortunately. And we got another CPU person again. I think that was because the person who was in here originally left. So now we have CPU to deal with, but we also have another intermission, which is also really long. We're just gonna miss the start boost, no surprise here. We're gonna try and get some good items. Surprisingly, they're not thinking of playing around right away. Really just make a big difference watching other players just all drive straight forward, then watching the others be like, oh yeah, this track, you definitely don't want to be in the lead for a while, so let's purposely slow down so we can get better items. Alright, let's see what we can end up with. Oh, bullet, amazing. That'll serve us handy, hopefully. Fortunately, I've never gotten a shock yet. I will say, though, if you get a shock, timing to use it can be different for each race. Generally, there's general consensus, though, that it's like, you should probably use it when you can, like, hurt the most people, and in a way that really trolls them, like, usually it's best to do it after an item set, because then they won't have items for a while, and then you can just completely breeze by everyone. But the shock is still incredibly rare to get. Oh my gosh, speaking of which, that's the first shock of the day, and it is a very early shock. We're not even into the course yet. Okay, I don't know what they were thinking, but that hardly did anything at all. Yes, that means we don't have to deal with that for a few minutes. Okay, I think we're going to Airship Fortress, so yeah. Oh, I just realized this course is taking us over the Bowser's Castle walls. If they maybe added more turns in it, maybe this could be a cool track to do someday. Oop, I probably should have backed up. I'm actually shocked I did not get hit there. Okay, well, we need to stay close. We also need to keep our close. Oh my goodness. I've never gotten it there before. Am I too far behind? I have no idea. I might be. You know, Tilly has the right idea. I'm gonna use the bill. I don't care. Okay, we got a building at least. Oh, we did not get a great item there. Oh, we hit someone somehow during all that chaos. Oh, great. Oof, how did I not get hit by that? They were right on top of me. Somehow, we avoided all that. That Mario broke away early, massively. But not as many items come for second. Sometimes first just gets a massive breakaway. It's crazy. But honestly, as long as we can keep consistently doing good, I think we'll be fine. Alright, see you guys on the next race then. Guess what, boys? We got another regular track. Just wanted a trickier one. It's Acorn Heights. Oh my gosh, almost everybody wants to pick that. Okay. Watch, we're probably not going to get it, knowing our luck. This happens a surprising amount, like, because not everybody always focuses picking the normal tracks when they show up. More often than not, people will, like, forget that there is one, or maybe they just don't mind the intermissions. They'll just pick, yeah, see, look, we didn't even get what we wanted, but as you see, a lot of people pick the regular tracks. To be fair, almost everybody likes picking the regular tracks over everything else. Alright, where are we ending at? Bowser's Castle. Bowser's Castle has some really cool skills you can do to make up the time, but I also see that this thing is fun, but also... you know what? We're just gonna run it anyways. Seeing as how the first place is constantly backed up from us, okay, well, there goes that plan. I guess it could have been worse. I guess now we could just bag from here. I guess... Yeah, we just bag from here now. I was gonna front run more. Maybe we could, you know. Alright, slow down here. Good, we got some great items. Let's keep going forward. This time around, I'm gonna try to maybe take shortcuts a bit sooner. See if I can't get ourselves into a bigger lead. Oh, I'm pretty good. I might want to chain these. Maybe next set I'll do that. We're going on the Bowser's Castle course again. Or the upper area, rather. Doesn't really have a lot of skips. Okay, we gotta use our items. We're starting to get really far behind. Oh, great. We missed the skip. Alright, we need to use our items. We're starting to really fall behind otherwise. Not get great items here. Some of the others. Sorry, Ray Rosalina, but you kind of got in my way. When people get in my way, you kind of hit them with things. It's kind of my job. Hit a few people there. We didn't really get great items yet. We played surprisingly well and ended up getting 4th in the end. I did try to go for the skip where you jump over the wall. We could not get up by it. I think we just had too much speed there. It's a bit awkward to time first, but we're still getting a lot of rating, which means we're still doing pretty well. That 10,000 person for already lost a bunch of rating now, because One part of the problem with this system is if you're the highest VR in the room, you'll lose a lot more points and maybe not even get as much points than the others if you get a very low spot. Whereas others, they can sometimes do badly and still get a good amount of points. Basically what that means is everybody gets a chance to be good. Or rather, get to higher point numbers sooner. And yeah, we're already almost at 4K actually now, which is cool. I'll see you guys in a minute then. Alright, guys, we're back at the track selection again. It was exclusively intermissions. Oh, but it's also flipped, so we got mirror, but we got a regular course again. Ah, interesting. We're gonna try driving forward and see what happens. Hopefully we don't get hit right away like we did the last time. We're at 4,200 already. We started at 32, and just because of all of our good spots, we've gone up a lot of points now. There's also less big people than there were before, so we're starting to get some tougher throws now. Missed that. I'm just gonna keep driving forward. Hope for our best. At the very least, we'll get a powerful item here. Let's stay away from these other people. In fact, we'll slow down because we don't want that triple reds to hit us. Now we have some really good items. We can take a shortcut. So surprisingly that worked. Oh my gosh, a blue's coming as well? Dang. Lots of stuff is happening. All of a sudden, this race just got a lot more crazy. Yeah, we're gonna take this. We'll just use both of them to make sure we get this. Okay, we were really late on that skip. You can go on that ramp and save a few seconds. Can't see what he has. Did we just immune this? Ah! If only I thought of that a bit sooner. Oh, someone dodged the shock. Koopa behind me dodged the shock, but he didn't really make up much spots. Oh, well, now he's golden as well. Okay, well, we're still doing pretty well. Oh my gosh, Lily! Did he just use that on me? Oh crap. I think he thought I was nearby, so he tried using that early, but that did not work at all. Oh boy, we went a little too far there. That's what I get for going for that skip. Okay, he has a really good protection. Wonder if he's gonna try and trap us. Sometimes they'll just protect themselves. Okay. You know what? I kind of want this win. Let's try throwing some now. That was probably a little late, but to be fair, there was not many good spots to go for him. I think my best bet was probably just throwing a green at the straight line and hoping for the best. But that's fine, we got second. Honestly, as long as we keep getting consistent spots, we'll keep getting points and very quickly moving up. He is almost an 8K player now, the Koopa that was in front of us. So yeah, that would have been probably really hard to beat. Alright, here we go. We just found our first Yoshi person, finally. Finally someone else who plays the character I play. Alright, I came back a bit earlier, probably should have timed it a bit better, but we found another regular track in Faraway Oasis. You might have noticed, but the regular tracks will often show up more often than not than what we saw previously. And I guess I should have probably mentioned, not only do we get certain unique features, but we also get, not only do we get, like, more regular match stuff, because apparently they made it so that regular tracks appear in the selection a lot more often. Let's just try front running this and see what happens. Okay, we better back off so we don't get hit by that green. We'll try to take a shortcut with this mushroom. Try to find some early coins, maybe. Looks like we're going for the single box, but to be fair, we already have an 8 box. Oh, wow, nice. We got triple mushrooms. That was really lucky. In this spot, it's not very often that you get it. We should use those to take shortcuts so we can maintain our aim. Okay, I'm gonna take one now. Let's hold this in case a blue comes, I guess. Oh, okay, I got a little bored. I'm gonna use these times to try to maintain my lead here. A little tricky though. First, let's try to get the double item. Maybe or not, they just took my items instead. And I like how we did all of that, and yet now we're falling. That's just what happens sometimes. Okay, we need to use our items. Oh, we got lucky. There's a shortcut right here we can use. Okay, that got us back up to third. We could take the shortcut at the start of this next section. We could save this mushroom for the second time we do this shortcut. That could help us out. Set that person in me right before I was gonna use my item. Just the blue didn't go for me. So yeah, we're starting to get a lot more tougher people. It makes it quite tough. Okay, well, thankfully our mushroom spawned pretty close by, so we were able to quickly recover. Still trying to figure out items. I like how the only other people are in front right now are the Yoshis. Okay, I'm gonna have to recover there. Probably should have looked behind me. Let's look behind me now. We've got some close people, but I think I'm good. Okay, let's throw that. And we'll throw down of these forward to try and get rid of the Yoshis. Oh man, I knocked him right off the cliff, but at the same time I also had to say, okay, I think this is our first bad race. And even then, some people hit each other, so we ended up getting 5th in the end. So that was basically our worst race yet. If we had not gotten hit, we probably would have made it forever. At least one of my friends got first. Okay, we still got a lot of points, but it was definitely reduced because we got a lower spot. But we are still climbing in points. It's really good. I think this will be our last race now. So, yeah, I'll just see you guys when this race starts then. We'll be done with online for a bit. Okay, back to the last prize selection. Unfortunately, we were not blessed with a series of regular tracks in the selections, so once again, we had to pick random for the best. And we got a regular course anyway. This one's kind of tricky, but at least with Mario Circuit, you always pay the full 3 laps. So almost anything can happen. Considering what happened last time, I'm gonna just bag this because it's an intermission again. We probably just want to wait and just build up towards the end at some point and just get a massive lead towards the end. And we're starting to see some higher VR players as well. I just saw an 8,000 player recently in this room. This is probably the most players we've had in this room thus far. We're gonna go ahead and slow down so we can get more items here. We'll get these coins in the back while they're here. Getting a good amount so far, which is nice. Oh, he's using this very early. He's using his items pretty early there. I think we could still potentially get a powerful item. So we got a draft there. So now we have some good items. Let's try going straight. Hope for the best. Hopefully we can keep these items. Whew, barely made it in time. I'm gonna actually back up a bit. I'd rather take a longer line on here so I don't get hit by these people trying to use super strong items. Oh wait, this is not the Mario Circuit I thought it was. Usually you do play all 3 laps of this. But it's this version. I didn't even know there was a version like that exists at all. Okay, somebody had triple reds and then, oh my goodness, what in the world, everyone? No way. I guess this is a short version of the track, so there's not as much time to make comebacks, but even still. Oh great, I did not get a good item at the end here. I did not know there was a shorter version of this. I think that was our next verse finish. Of course, figures we gotta finish with a low now at the end. What are we gonna lose? Pretty low down, but we might not lose much at all because of, yeah, for such a low position. That VR, we still gain points. If we were higher VR, we'd actually lose points for being in that, but we survived. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can change your characters midway through this. And I'm gonna change really quickly, because I do want to be Big Yoshi again. And we're gonna quit out of this now, because we just reached the 15-minute mark, which means it's time to end the episode time, unfortunately. Don't worry, we are going to be playing the other online modes. We did surprisingly well, though. We nearly hit 4,500. So looking at the rating now, yeah, actually we did hit 45, just barely. So we did pretty well for that session. I'll see you guys in the next video, where I guess go into Knockout Tour and then Battle Mode. Because Knockout Tour is happening, though, I'll probably just focus on playing it well. And as long as we can be fast enough, we should be okay. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, where we do the second half of online, and then we'll be done with videos on this game for a while, because as you know, I like to play other games as well, not just Mario Kart. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!